Alright, what is up, everybody? It is January 31st, and so we finally got the long-awaited James Gunn DCEU movie slate. A while back, he took over that. They canceled a bunch of movies. James Gunn took over. They are rebuilding the entire DCEU in a reboot with James Gunn at the helm, and just with that sense alone makes me very excited, because James Gunn is an excellent director. But today we got his first idea, which is titled Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. In this video, I will be using Forbes' article titled, Here's James Gunn DC Slate, 2 Batman, Supergirl, Green Lantern, and DCEU carryovers. I'm very excited to know about this. I've seen a little bit about it. I've seen enough to write some notes for this video, but a lot of things in this video I'm going to be eyeballing. I'm just going to be knuckleballing right straight to the point. See my honest initial reaction the moment I read it. But we're not going to read the whole article. Like, we're not going to read all this. I believe it basically just goes through everything that was announced. And so we are going to start off with Creature Commandos. It's an animated series about classic monsters who once fought Nazis in the comics, but it's being updated for present day. They do not have a voice cast yet, but the animated characters are supposed to keep the same actors when and if these characters also appear in live-action projects. And that's the thing. James Gunn said that whatever actors he has will be the same one in video games, the same one in movies, the same one in TV shows, the same one in animated projects. That just makes me excited. That's like James Gunn might be building a better universe than Marvel Cinematic Universe is right now. Do you know how excited that sentence makes me for this? So basically, it's about classic monsters who fight in a war. Do I really have any hope for this one? I don't really know. I don't know a single thing about the Creature Commandos. I don't know a single thing about this project. So it's like, okay, gods and monsters. Do I really think it's going to tie in anything big? Do I really think it's going to be anything big? No, I just think it'll be like an animated show on HBO Max for me to sit down and watch. Who knows, though? James Gunn is great. Maybe it will be fantastic. Moving on, we got Waller, and this is another thing. It's a TV show. It's Amanda Waller, yes, the DCEU Viola Davis version, who was in Gunn's Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, will be getting her own spinoff by Jeremy Carver, who DC's just canceled Doom Patrol show. I have not seen Doom Patrol, so I probably will watch that before I see this one when it comes out. But I've heard Doom Patrol is great, and that's actually the first thing I've read was that Jeremy Carver was doing it. I've never heard of him. I just know he did Doom Patrol. And so, I don't know. I haven't seen the show. I don't know what it'll be about. I don't know if it'll be interesting. Peacemaker was interesting because it was about a genuinely entertaining character. Waller's just kind of like someone we have to have in those movies. I don't really know what I think about that one, but if it has a very fun story, I think it will be great. And now we get into the real meat of the video. Superman Legacy. This is the promised Superman reboot that Gunn is writing, though it's not clear if he'll actually direct yet. This would be the main launch point of the entire DCEU. It is not a full-on Clark origin story, despite using a younger version of the hero, and there aren't all that many details about it given other than this version not being as dark as Cavill's. He is kindness in a world that thinks that kindness is old-fashioned. That is Gunn's quote. So basically, what I'm gathering from this is, it's not a dark Superman. It's basically what Superman, the cheerful guy, is. Gunn is writing it. We don't know if he's directing. We don't know who will be Superman. And it's supposed to be out in 2025. It's an origin story. Not a full-on origin story. But it has to have a younger version of the hero. I don't know. I'm not a huge Superman person. I'm more leaning towards Batman myself. But I mean, if James Gunn is writing this, and if he will direct it, obviously I'm excited for it. What do I think they should do with this one? What I always thought when they announced Man of Steel 2, I really had hope for that movie. I really thought that movie could be good. What I think Gunn needs to do here is all he's doing is appeasing the fans. What James Gunn needs to do here is put in Brainiac. Superman's young. He's maybe fought Lex Luthor a couple of times. But all of a sudden, Brainiac, the freaking Brainiac, starts attacking the universe. Superman has to stop him. Superman Legacy. If they bring in Brainiac, I think this has very much potential, especially as Gunn is writing, and with Gunn knowing this is what fans want, where fans want to go. I think this would be great to bring in Brainiac here. The Lanterns. It's a new TV show. Greg Berlanti and his long gestating Green Lantern TV show has been scrapped. The idea is to channel a series like True Detective and lean into the Space Cops premise. It will be Earthbound and star Lanterns Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. They claim it's one of the most important shows they are making in terms of how it leads into the main DCEU narrative. So, yeah. It's basically like Space Cops with Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Everyone's been looking forward to a Green Lantern show for a long time. I am personally looking forward to this one. I mean, if it's just a TV show, it is a TV show. Yeah, channel series like True Detective. So basically it will be like a detective thing with the Green Lanterns, finally introducing the Green Lanterns, and it'll be like a big thing inside the universe? Heck yeah, sign me up. This show is one of my most anticipated things that they announced here, because finally a Green Lantern show featuring Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart being detectives? That sounds like a lot of fun. I think Lanterns has the potential to be the best one here. The Authority, an interesting departure for more standard heroes. A show about the Authority should delight some DC fans who didn't see it coming. It's mean to be a departure from traditional bad guys versus good guys narrative and play into shades of gray. No comment. I don't know what the Authority is. Basically, like, shades of gray. So, basically, it's like a DC kind of anti-hero. I don't know anything about the Authority, so I really got no comment. Paradise Lost, described as a Game of Thrones-like palace intrigue series set on Themyscira, taking place before the events of the Wonder Woman movie. So they are keeping the Wonder Woman movies in this universe. Okay. The show will at least start before the birth of Diana. It does not seem likely we will see Gal Gadot return to the role, even down the line. I don't know. I don't really think a show about the Amazonians could be all that good. I really don't think that there is potential here. It could just probably be like introducing us to what the Themyscirians will be like in this universe. I don't know. That's not necessarily a show that I am necessarily looking forward to. Sorry. The Brave and the Bold, and this is the big one. This answers one of the main questions. No, Robert Pattinson's Batman is not the new DCU Batman. There will be another new one, and this project will also feature Bruce Wayne's troublemaking son and sometimes Robin Damian Wayne. So basically, it's a new Batman movie. And this is something I'm also very excited for. James Gunn making a Batman and Robin movie. We don't know who's writing it. We don't know who's directing it. Well, James Gunn is overseeing this one. A Batman and Robin movie? Who's going to play Batman? Who's going to play Superman? Who's going to play Robin? Like, just these two heroes alone. I mean, oh my gosh. That makes me so excited to finally start getting, like, these characters that deserve something here. And it looks like they're getting something. Like, these characters deserve something here. And if James Gunn is over this, a Batman and Robin movie? Yeah, I am down for that one. You got a big assortment of villains. You got a big assortment of everything. I mean, man, am I hyped for this one. That is James Gunn's best announcement, was The Brave and the Bold. The Batman 2. However, they are not killing the Batman sequel. That was already in the works. It's scheduled for October 3rd, 2025, and will feature Pattinson returning for the role. It's just separate from the other one. The Pink One, HBO Max series, is still happening, but unclear about the other rumored Arkham one. Number one, please make the Arkham TV show. I am so excited for that. If James Gunn is overseeing the Batman, here's what we need to do. Here's what I personally think needs to be done. The Batman 2 and 2 needs to be about Arkham. It needs to be about the Arkham Asylum. The Arkham Asylum video games. We need an adaptation from that. And I think Robert Pattinson's Batman is the perfect adaptation for the Batman 2. Batman going to Arkham, with the Arkham series kind of setting that up, the Penguin series kind of setting that up, and we need a trilogy, basically focusing on the Arkham. James Gunn's listening to the fans. I think this is what fans want, or at least fans should need. 100%. That just makes me excited if they do that. Aside from that, if they don't do that, the Batman 2 has a lot of potential. The Batman was a pretty great movie. I really think that if they just continue what he did, make an even more interesting story, continuing on how the first one ended. That could be a good movie, but please just make it about Arkham, and I will be so excited. Alright, now we got a Booster Gold, an HBO Max show. We're starting the bombastic hero, which they call Imposter Syndrome, as a superhero. Don't know about this one. I don't know who Booster Gold is, or I know who he is, but I don't know who's playing him. We don't really got a story here. It might just be like a detective show. Okay, it's just another show that we need a trailer to get anyone hyped for. Again, like, we need trailers to get us hyped for this, but it's still cool that James Gunn has a plan here, that he's not just eyeballing us. And that's cool that James Gunn has a plan to get, like, a Booster Gold show, and he probably knows what it'll be about. But for me to get so excited, I need to start knowing what it'll be about. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Supergirl may have seen her time in the Arrowverse end, but the character will be loved with a brand new project based on Tom King's Supergirl miniseries, which will give her more of an edge. Seems they want to contrast her from Birth Earth raised Clark and perhaps make her the darker of the pair of them. I did not know that. That is very interesting. Making her darker? I mean, just from that picture, it seems like she's all bloody and battered. If this is after Superman, maybe it's basically like Superman saved the world, and she starts going down a dark path, killing people. I don't know, she's like Supergirl. I think this movie also has a lot of potential as well. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, that also makes me excited. Swamp Thing, an underwatched DC Universe series that will instead become a new horror film in the DCU, not related to the past series. Swamp Thing, a horror film. James Gunn did horror a couple times. Okay, yeah, this looks very interesting. I haven't ever seen the Swamp Thing, but a DC horror movie, that sounds awesome. But that was the DC slate. Overall, James Gunn's got a plan here. I trust in him. A lot of things I'm more excited than the others, but if he makes it into a coherent universe, this will be something to be excited for. James Gunn, you are a genius. I am very excited for your movies. That was just my thoughts. I want to know your thoughts down below in the comment section below. There's a lot to unpack here, so tell me all that down below in the comment section. And with that said, subscribe, join the Nerd Army. Peace out.